I wanted to be able to communicate on video. And long story short, it took me a good 6 months to get to that point. I posted 2 IGTV stories, and then I get contacted by producers. 3 of them, in fact, all with different skill sets. And you helped me a lot kind of decipher between the inside voice and what I wanted. And so we were able to sign, I got 2 offers, which is pretty cool. I was able to decide with my own terms and align with the company that I thought was most exciting, which is very cool. So yeah, we're in the process of a journey of figuring out what a show would look like, who we would partner with, my husband, my sister, other really interesting characters, which is very exciting. The biggest deciding factor about joining the Mastermind was just the fact that I'd been in business for a year and I wasn't seeing the results I wanted. I was a new entrepreneur. I left a job that I had a great salary, 150K, and then I started this business, thought I could do it all on my own, and I was making very little money. And the funny thing is, like, I have your book. It's always like here. And I'd read your book literally 3 years before. It's all dusty, all the gold's gone. And all these little things just kept on popping into my head as far as business strategy and visibility. And half the time I'm like, I have no idea what that is, but why am I being assaulted with these things? So I booked my discovery call. I left with goosebumps because you kind of just lasered through all the BS, but like you literally laid it out. You said, this is your design background, you're an engineer, you have your master's in architecture, why aren't you talking about this in your copy? Da, 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 da. It was literally a 15-minute call, and I was like, holy, can I swear? Maybe not. Ooh, money. The making money part was largely to do with a lot of inside work that I needed to get done. Income-wise, like, full disclosure, I don't think I was making more than $2,000 a month. Before we started coaching, there was a time where there'd been 0 clients. And now, like, I'm projecting $7,000 a month. It was one of my goals. I've reached it. I'm hopefully, gonna be projecting higher. But really, the TSN turning point happened when I stopped getting in my way and I actually started listening to you. Because there was a point in time where there was some friction, where I was still stuck in my own ways. I was still stuck in, I got this, just tell me what to do to get to the results. But really, you kept on honing in on, I'm not going to tell you what you need to do. You need to tell you what you need to do, and you need to get really clear and really honest. And that starts with figuring out like your money wiring and unpacking some of those tougher conversations with your upbringing, or at least my upbringing and my parents, and getting rid of the stuff that really wasn't mine. And so once I let down my ego a little bit, more than a little bit, things started turning. So one of the things that I found really appealing about the Mastermind was the ability to learn from other designers. My Mastermind had about 5 of us, all at different skill and experience levels, which for me was really intimidating coming in. Being the newbie, I don't have formal training in interior design, let alone 10 years behind my belt. So I knew that it would be intimidating, but one thing that really helped settle it was trusting Kim. Knowing how well and how inspiring it was to work with Kim, and knowing that she had a good vision on how to pair us, I had a lot of trust in the fact that she's put me in this group for a reason. And so that kind of calmed my nerves. And then again, as I got to know the other members, it was clear as day that really we were all at different levels, but we were resonating in the investment and resonating in the fact that we were on the edge of transformation. One thing that I found really beneficial was how Kim's approach to coaching always had 2 sides that worked concurrently. So in our coaching, she'd talk about the left brain and the right brain. So it would often be, tap into your higher self, tap into that voice or whatever, that instinct that comes in, but it also has to be paralleled with the left side, which was, okay, think about the builders, think about the architects. I did appreciate how it was both the left and the right. It wasn't necessarily just hoping and dreaming and wishing and manifesting. It was both sides, and it was balanced, and it made sense, and that's what produced results. The hardest part was the trust factor for me. it was about trusting that the answer is the result that I want is already available to me, because I grew up in a household, typical immigrant family. It's hustle, 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 work hard. You're a visible minority. You have to work harder than, you know, your female counterparts that are, you know, mainstream. And so to me, I didn't trust that the answer was letting go and receiving. I had initially more trust in the hustle than I did with the receiving aspect. For me, visibility has changed because I've stopped hiding. Like, I mean, low hanging fruit. I've stopped hiding. I've stopped overthinking things and overanalyzing, and just trusting that I'm enough. Trusting that the ideas I have and the things I want to talk about are relevant and are interesting. And they're not necessarily dictated by number of likes. It's more about really getting clear on who I want to talk to and talking to them, and knowing that if I'm getting this awesome idea or this, you know, pithy little paragraph that I want to talk about when it comes to design, that someone is already on the receiving end that needs to hear it, as opposed to marketing and being all in your head and kind of overanalyzing it. For me, being a year into it, it is like the investment is one thing, but the benefits far outweigh the investment. And it's well worth it. Like but you have to realize it will be transformative, and you have to be prepared to be okay with that. Be okay with the understanding that you won't know what's going to come on the other end. I barely would admit that I would want a television deal, let alone have one already signed. But that's the beauty of it, is you'll invest, you let go, and then you also prepare yourself to receive some really miraculous things that you would have probably never realized or give yourself permission to want.